feels bittersweet. Voices calling out from an aching heart, getting so much closer by staying apart, singing a song of hope and love that you heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The streets are empty, but the sky is clear. You want somebody and can't have them near, taking shelter where you can when the world is at stake. Alone together, trying hard not to break, singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. A song for the lonely, the tired and the weary. A song for the broken, the mighty. Can you hear me? Get beyond our pride and greed, share everything that we need. We won't be ignored. We will be restored. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. 'Cause love is the word, and hope is the song.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town,
To feel-good stories and messages of hope.
a few jokes and live calling,
Highlighting local businesses.
discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Here is a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Oh, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome to the morning show.
Morning.
Morning.
It's Friday again. How you like that? The camera's moving all by itself.
That's good. Sounds good.
Happy Friday! Made it
What's-
through another week.
Right?
We made it through
I know
another
it.
week.
Half the year is already gone.
June 2nd. It's hard to believe,
Just
isn't it?
ridiculousness.
Keeps coming and coming. It's good though.
Guess that. Well, let's talk about the Miami Heat losing last night to the Denver.
We kind of knew
Nuggets.
they were going to lose. Don't you think it
No,
was a
no,
give?
no. There's a problem that Sposa has to resolve. How tall is this Denver team? Everybody's
told
taller.
You they have size over everyone.
All 5 guys
Yes.
and the bench.
Yes.
They're all shorter
The Heat's all shorter?
than the Heat.
Shorter
the
or
Heat is
taller?
shorter,
Oh, the Heat are shorter.
The Heat
yeah.
is shorter. But it's
but
not
it's
even,
a lot shorter.
It's not even that too. It's the altitude difference. That's the main story of the series,
Yeah.
because they're going back and forth from being a mile high in the sky
To a mile low.
to, yeah.
Well,
Florida, we're pretty much below sea level here, let alone you're going mile high out there.
I think if you look at that game, the fourth quarter, the Joker even pointed out about they found a way to attack it. And when Jimmy Butler was walking off the court in the fourth quarter, it was a better game than the first 3 quarters. And I
Yeah.
think that the adjustment is speed, agility, and moving the ball. Because I think that they can be faster. I'm going to tell you something about the Heat, man. They don't quit.
They kept it pretty close at the end. It was
They
pretty
don't
impressive,
quit.
yeah.
I mean, they were down by 21, and then they cut it down to 9, and they don't quit. The problem is the Nuggets don't miss. Now, it could be they had 9 days to rest. Big difference. I think that the next game is going to be close. If the Heat could pull out the next game, I think it turns into a series. The Heat lose the next game. And they got to chase. They got to run.
Well, it's in
gotta be
Denver
better
again
shape.
on Sunday, right? And then we
Yeah.
come to Miami.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get used to the altitude and the climate change,
I
get
don't
rest
know
for a
about
couple
that.
days, but then they come back.
Yeah, but they've been there since they left the day after to try to acclimate to the weather. I don't know. It's tough.
But they held their own. It was pretty good.
But me rooting for the Miami Heat,
How do you like that?
I was screaming.
How do you like opening a show up with the Miami Heat? That's pretty impressive.
Well, you know, you gotta give credit when credit is due. They did that. They also, our crew is getting ready to go out into the world. Teddy put together an event on Saturday, right? You want to tell us what it is? Well, I mean, us going to it.
Yeah, we are going to be event covering the 2003 Beach Tennis Fest in Pompano Beach.
Nice. You guys like tennis? Gonna go? She got a couple press passes. I know.
I don't know, because I had a concert tomorrow too. So
Where's the concert?
in Fort Lauderdale,
Oh, one for you. Just go one to the next. What kind of concert?
it's Metallica and Pantera cover.
Oh yeah, we don't want to miss that.
Ew, it sounds wonderful. Where is it in Fort? Outside somewhere?
I have no idea. It's somewhere in Fort Lauderdale. But
What
it's
time is the tennis thing?
Nikki and I go.
It starts at 9 a.m.
Until
Probably all day.
Until it's
so it's
done.
done.
Yeah.
We have to take a new crew.
So it's not going to be a live show from there. We're going to be covering it, and everyone else. It's technically from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. My email said it really starts at 9 p.m.
What are they playing at the? Is that the tennis?
It's in Pompano.
Yeah, the
Well, that's
Pompano
south.
Beach Pier.
Oh, that'll be
Oh,
nice.
That's interesting.
On the beach.
Yep.
That'll be
it's
beautiful.
Teams can sign up and they can play tennis against. It's a tennis competition, so we'll be there starting our foray into sports coverage.
Outdoor sports coverage. Very
Should
nice.
we send 2 people with cameras to do
Well,
stuff?
I think that's what Teddy's doing.
It's my job.
That's what she's going to be doing.
Wow,
I know.
interesting. And then
Very
we have
nice.
we have another one on Monday that we're going to be sending a crew out to, and then there's another one on Thursday we're going to Leeds.
Well, Sunday we're actually doing the premiere of
Ah.
Rainbow in the Night. So that's Sunday at the movies of Delray.
I found a tuxedo.
Did you? Whose is it?
Must have been
Oh,
Freddie's.
does it fit you?
Yeah,
Really? You're going to wear a tux on Sunday?
getting a bow tie and everything.
Are you really going black tie?
Bow tie.
Wow.
Got a black tie?
Okay, I got to ask you a question. Was that for real last night or were you kidding?
What?
Black tie. So the Rainbow in the Night, the movie premiere by
It's black tie.
Goldie Wynn, it's cocktail attire or black tie, and you said, I don't have a tie.
No, I meant I didn't have a black tie.
Oh, okay. But do you really mean a black tie or a tuxedo?
Tuxedo with the bow tie.
Okay, you knew it was the whole ensemble, not
Yeah.
just the tie.
No, I don't know. I could wear a tie with a T-shirt if I had to, but no, I needed a black. I needed a bow tie, so I'm gonna have that with a tux.
I did know someone in college who, it was a friend of mine. We were going to another friend's wedding, and it was a black tie affair, and she was very upset because she didn't like to wear black to weddings.
My cousin, may she rest in peace, got married with a red and black wedding. She was in a red wedding dress, and he was in a black
Nice.
tuxedo, and everything was red and white.
That's pretty
I
cool.
mean, red and black.
That's
and
very
white.
cool.
It was amazing. It was just amazing the way they did
So
it.
you're getting all dressed up for Sunday, huh?
Cause you told me to.
I didn't tell you to. The invitation said to.
Are you
I-
coming dressed?
In something. I wasn't going to go black tie though. I wasn't wearing a
please.
gown.
You come to work dressed. I can only imagine when you're coming to this thing. You're
I
probably
know,
gonna
but
be
now,
wearing the ball from the
now I
wedding.
gotta level it up if you're
Wear-
wearing a tux.
Wear the wedding dress that you have.
I'm not wearing a gown. I'll wear something
Black
between.
tie means a gown for a woman, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wear like a
Yeah,
dress.
but if you're doing like what's a attire? Like
It's formal.
formal black tie? I feel like you don't have to wear a
I mean,
gown.
you
Right.
can wear a suit too.
Actually, Aaron, one of his groom's
she don't
women
wear
wore a
suits.
black, very Carrie Bradshaw-ish.
I see
To the
you.
wedding.
I've known you 12 years. I've never seen you put
No, I'll
on
put
a
on a
suit.
dress.
I know
But
you
now
put
since
on
you're
a
wearing a black tie, I'm going to have to level up my dress options. I have an idea.
wearing a bow tie.
I have an idea.
You're eating a bow tie, a monkey suit. I can't believe I'm wearing that.
Anyone ever watched Sex in the City?
Yeah.
So apparently Kim Cattrall is in season 2 coming back. They solved whatever there was that she wasn't in season 1 and she's coming back as Samantha. Whatever that means.
What
I
was-
can't imagine what she looks like now because she has to be in her mid to late 60s. Has to be. She's older than me.
Okay.
So she's not in her 50s.
It's all right.
See what she
She's
looks like.
still a hottie.
Kim Cattrall?
Yeah.
I don't think, not at this age, I don't think so.
They're all hotties. Just because it goes a little to the south don't mean it ain't up in the north.
You know, the
baby.
only good thing about all these shows where the women age is we're all aging together, so you don't feel so bad about what's going on TV.
It's funny. Sylvester Stallone is doing something with his daughters. The reality show thing. You ever seen Sylvester doing it? So they invited me to join the reality network on Facebook. I got an invitation.
I'm wondering, and that would be you, why all of our Facebook feed are reality shows.
Because they were inviting me.
So I don't see people. I don't see things happening around us.
Because
It's
we're in the production business.
Have
What do you
ever
think
seen
is going to
our
happen?
Instagram feed?
apparently
What's wrong
we're
with it?
trying.
We're gonna unfollow.
We're
so
supposed
many
to be
people.
unfollowing about 7,000 people.
Why? I ain't doing that.
The kids are going to do it.
You're doing it.
Why?
They said it's bad for us to
To
follow
follow
so
what?
many 7,400 people. We shouldn't be following them. They should be following us.
Well, it's more of a fact that when we first did the Instagram, if someone followed us, Freddie used to just follow them back
still does.
immediately. But a lot of those accounts are spam accounts that are posting not super appropriate
But you
content
could take out. You could
all
take
the
those
time.
out.
I try.
plan
When I
on
open it
doing
up and I see a booty shaking, out.
Yeah.
First
When
of
I
all,
see
don't
other
say
things
that.
shaking, out.
Don't say that because we know a friend who that's what she makes a living at.
I don't
She
know
shakes
anyone
up-
that makes her living
Yes, you
like
do.
that.
She's had it here. She, as a matter of fact, she works with children and everything else. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I might have to undo that one
Why?
too.
There's nothing wrong with that's
The
the way
crew
she
looks
makes
at
a
it,
living.
and our crew, they're not, little prude kids.
Well, you know
Even
what?
they look at it
That
and
crew's
say,
got to learn the business. Edie Chacon, which I grew up on.
like Chato.
Edie Chacon was worse than Chato. Chato was tame compared to Edie. And Edie's sister then came along, and they were the hottest thing in the Latin market. But they kept their clothes on. Just because they have big booty don't mean
Yeah, but
that you
some of
can't
these
watch.
posts, Freddie, their booty, there's nothing else but a string and
That's
a
right.
booty.
So what? And I go to the beach and I see strings and a booty on the street. I got to cover my beard because
Happy
you
Friday
feel me?
to you, everyone.
You feel me? Right over there knows. We only go to the beach. What? We go for the sand. It gets cut in crevices you can never see. Nobody wants to go for that.
How you like his hair? It's looking nice, right?
He's spot on.
You found one already?
Yeah, you wanna
Found
go?
an event for him.
What event?
The Glutes and Grooves Twerkathon.
There you go, man.
Oh,
G-Man, we go. The,
Going
At
where?
the
The
Palm
beach and
Beach
grooves.
Gym.
It's a twerkathon.
Oh,
Twerkathon.
twerkathon. Yeah, we could go.
I want to be a judge. I go like this. I come out like this. Boy, that was a good.
that buzzer's right over there for anyone that wants to partake.
Why do you want to buzz? Why?
Look at this. It's me and
It's
Teddy in a group with you
business.
guys.
That's right. Oh God.
All set here, ready to rock and roll.
But I don't understand why. In the old days, they used to use cigarettes and sex in every commercial. Car commercials, plane commercials, are all sexually connotative material.
Things
Yeah.
have changed. Look at the Hardee's commercials.
Hardee's.
The
Oh,
Hardee's
yeah.
commercials aren't like the Hardee's commercials anymore.
What is the Hardee's?
Hardy
Oh,
the
they
fast food?
advertising, if you ask me.
Yeah, the Carl Juniors.
What are the commercials like?
Or like,
They used to
Josh.
have literally women in bikinis
That's
just
it.
eating hamburgers.
Eating hamburgers.
That
So
was
what's wrong
just
with
a
that?
no. It's
Women are not allowed to
False
eat hamburgers?
advertising,
It's-
Freddie.
Why?
Because like
Women-
you go to a Carl's Jr. and there's like a homeless guy like peeing in the corner.
Yeah.
Well, let me
For
get
real.
this right. Let me understand this. You simulate and assume that a woman in a bikini is a homeless guy? How do you do
No,
that?
you go to
What?
No, that's
you
what
go
you
to
find
Hardee's
out.
because you want to find the woman in the bikini, and you don't. You find the homeless guy
Yeah.
Where?
at Hardee's.
Inside
Hardee's.
Hardee's? No.
You guys help me out here. No, he's outside because he's homeless.
It's a lost cause.
I went to Publix, and there was a homeless guy outside, a vet, no less, because he had a vet this and vet
Yeah.
that. And Linda and I went in, bought him a case of water, some chips, some protein to eat. I love the way Linda does it because it's all protein. I don't even eat that stuff. And we brought it out, and he says, "Thank you. I haven't eaten in a few days." And boom, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I wish I could help him more, but the lady in the
I don't know if you're
bikini.
arguing against you.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know
we're
where
all
that-
pretty.
Thank
If
you.
I could have a woman in a bikini, I would love to
What's
eat
happening?
a
These
Ham-
feel
hamburger.
like
Like
two
I-
different things.
At Publix.
Well, I went to
What ha-
Publix.
what's that have to do with Hardee's and the woman in the bikini?
Because if I even knew what a Hardee's was and they had people in bikinis, I would go in there to eat.
It's like a fast food
Hardee's is like a
restaurant.
McDonald's place.
Okay, so I can go into McDonald's or Hardee's with
It's
women
not
in
like
bikini.
it's not like Hooters where it's like. I
Ah,
don't
there
even
you
know
go,
what
Hooters.
Yeah, it's not like a sit down.
My son's 18th birthday. I took him to the big Hooters down in Miami. There were
Yeah.
24 women. When I told him it was his birthday, he'll tell you, all 24 took pictures. They all put on red lipstick and they kissed him in the face and they took pictures and they got calendars of them. So the kid was like from smile from here to here. Where's the harm?
No harm.
I know, but do you want to promote women having jobs like that, or do you want to promote women having jobs in engineering fields, science fields, and all that
Women
creative
in
field?
STEM.
Women in STEM.
Women
Listen,
in STEM.
women get hired and they got to make a living. Do I love Hooters? I love Hooters. I love the food. I used to be able to eat it. Now I got to stay away because I can't eat that no more.
Wings aren't great. A little too fried. if
The
you ask me.
entertainment was great. Listen, I'm from the Bronx. In the Bronx, we used to go to places, men entertainment places,
Ah, okay.
for lunch. It was on sale, 40%. And you had a little entertainment.
What was he eating?
So, which one had the best chicken wings?
I can't remember because I was
Not
too
wings,
busy.
I'll tell you.
Who has the best
Too
chicken
busy
wings?
watching.
Oh my God, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, Ryan and I are going there for lunch break.
So you guys never been to
He's forgoing the
a men's
sandwich.
entertainment, the sandwich man.
Forget the sandwich. He's going for
Have
chicken
you ever
wings.
gone to one of these places to do a meeting?
A meeting.
Yeah, you.
Is this code?
You see,
The meeting was
don't laugh.
Butte and
Don't
I.
laugh. Look it up. In the early 2000s, late 90s, they used to hold meetings in entertainment clubs.
Yep.
Women used to go in there, and they used to hold meetings, business meetings. I'm being serious.
Someone before I knew him a long time ago when my boyfriend was still in the music industry, apparently a very big executive for some music festival wanted a meeting with him about something, and it wasn't a town that he was normally in, it wasn't a state that he was in, so he didn't know anything. He's like, oh, you're gonna meet me at X place, whatever, and it was an adult entertainment industry place, and my poor boyfriend was sitting in the back, not old enough to drink.
It-
Sit in the back.
When I was a manager for John Hancock, I had 21 agents, and there was a lady, and she was a good agent. And I asked her, okay, I need to know how you doing. And she said to me, you don't want to know. So I left it alone. 2 weeks later, she popped the charts, and I says, okay, I need to know. She says, I'll show you. So I get in the car with her, and we go to the Mr. X place. And she says, I come in here, I bring my clients. And she said with a drink and what's going on around her, people were signing. Now, she was making money, so do I tell her to stop doing it? How can I tell her to stop doing
It's
it?
just
It's
a
her
different golf.
business.
It's her golf course, right?
It's
That's
her
what,
golf
yeah,
course.
I know. I thought I learned golf because I thought meetings. That's where
I
meetings
never
take
signed
place.
a deal on a golf course in my life. Never.
You got to take your client to a place where they make them happy. They're going to be happy inside of a.
Bro, I
club.
can't play
Club.
golf, so he was kicking my butt all over the court. He was very happy.
I'm gonna take my clients to McDonald's.
That ain't gonna work.
Take them to Hardee's.
Parties, yeah.
No, because they
There you
have
go.
homeless men in front. No, that ain't gonna work either. I'm just saying you got to use the tools of the trade. And back in the day, that's what they used to do. I know a very good friend that we both know told me she made a living doing that,
I think we know a few people, which is
Yeah.
great.
and they make big money. There was the Sixth Borough had the Hideaway in here,
Yes,
right?
they did.
And he brought up a dancer, and he says, "Oh, you can get anything you want at the Hideaway." And she smacked him. Remember that? She smacked. Wakata. You can't say that. What's the matter with you? It's a respectable place.
And on that note, happy Friday morning,
It's
everyone.
just part of society.
So what's everyone's plans for the weekend? You're heading out to the tennis tournament?
Yes.
It's a local, so it's not like Roger Federer or anything. It's a local tournament.
correct. Yeah, it's a local tournament.
Is Coco Golf going to be there?
Probably not.
No, I don't
This is
know.
like for. I'm surprised you even got in. To be
Why?
honest with you, because that's like a country club environment.
Yeah, why?
It's a country
I'm
club
country
environment.
club.
I don't think it's a country club environment. I think it's
No.
it's a public.
Yeah, it's a public tennis
Out by the beach.
tournament.
It'll be
Tickets are
nice.
still available.
It'll be nice. What do you think? We're gonna have AMP and Brooklyn Cafe Show totally branded out there marketing. I think it's a
it'd
great
be
idea.
nice. I think it's a very nice idea.
And you went out and you were at La Sorel the other day.
They're still talking about it.
How was it?
Yeah, that was cool. It was nice that the customers were engaging with her, so it was cool to get shoots of that and yeah, it was very good music. Yeah, it was a good time.
She was happy you were there.
Yeah, very happy.
You got some nice film. I'm going to be playing that today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And G-Man puts out this morning, I'm feeling some kind of way, fam. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
you're sick, and then they all say, well, there's all kinds of way to feel. So how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
She thought you were sick.
No, I don't use that word.
No, he was feeling some kind of way.
Or you weren't
Yeah.
feeling up to
Yeah, I
par?
made sure I made some tea this morning and last night.
How you like the tea?
I do. Something's happening.
Uh-oh.
You're unlocking your fifth eye.
I think it's my 12th eye. It's going to be bathroom eye next.
Oh.
What the hell is going on?
What
That
was in the
stuff is
tea?
magical.
The moringa?
Yeah. Oh, what did I put in the tea? I boiled down soursop leaves. I took some moringa off the garden. Allspice, ginger. I squeezed some lemon in it, and I think that's it.
You boiled the ginger root in there?
Yeah, I smashed it and then I put it in there.
You keep all that at your house?
That was all from my house.
Wow.
You grow that in the backyard?
The moringa's in the front yard, and the soursop leaves came from Chef from last time. Because my soursop tree's been like bad-minded.
You left
doesn't
the
grow
bat of that
anything
stuff
anymore.
for your parents? Because I'm sure they love that stuff.
Yeah, I put some more. I have some more at the house inside the pot.
You like that stuff? You try it?
I haven't had it.
You got to take a shot. The diabetic says take a shot. Not a whole glass, just a shot.
So you did. It's a good thing you only took a shot.
I'm going to tell you. Watch out now.
What else you guys doing this weekend?
Oh, Sunday, we'll be chopping it up with Freddie.
Yeah, we're going up to...
What are you wearing? He's wearing a tuxedo.
You wearing a tux? Oh, God.
I have to.
Oh, you have to. I'm going to go to, because I have a black button-down shirt, but
That's
I want
it.
a long sleeve one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Ross.
Well, there you go.
I went to Ross one day, and they were having the sale. I bought 12 shirts for like $40.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Isn't it amazing you can get the same clothes at these discount stores and at the regular department stores
Exactly.
and so much cheaper?
Exactly.
And I wonder, why do people go for the full price when you can get the same things for less?
Because people don't know.
They don't know how
They
to
do
shop.
know, or maybe they just, I mean, it takes a lot more work and it's not as pretty for sure, but if you could save some money right now, why not?
Exactly.
So in the news, did you see the 70s show? The 70s show, the guy with the beard, the actor, was just accused and found guilty of 2 counts of rape.
That was
Getting
been
10
going,
years.
going on for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah, and they found him innocent the first time, so they tried him again. New evidence came to light, DNA evidence, and now he's serving 10 years.
Wow.
What the hell?
No means no.
Bing Cosby now is also being accused.
Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby of a rape from 50 years ago. Isn't there like a statute of limitations on
There
this
has to be a
thing?
statute of limitations.
And they're gonna try him again.
For
What
50
the
years
heck?
ago, I
For
don't think
50
you can
years
do
ago.
that. I think there's a statute of limitations.
Yeah, but those
No,
are-
no, not a criminal suit, a
Civil?
civil suit.
Ah, wow.
Is that nuts?
It's totally nuts. I don't know what to tell you. That's,
And you know, at least he has the money to defend himself. If people that don't have the money to defend themselves, they get a public guy who barely knows how to write his name, and all of a sudden, you found guilty because of lack of smart representation.
do you think it's different now for guys? What's allowable and what's not allowable when you're in a relationship?
Absolutely.
Do you think that was allowable back then?
I don't know what. I don't know
Whatever
what
it was,
allowable
do you think crossing the line was more acceptable?
Crossing the line is never acceptable, except if you're Donald Trump. He says all superstars do it,
Oh, I'm
and
not
they
bringing
all are
politics
supposed to be
into this,
accepted
but-
to do. That's what he said. That's a
too
quote.
bad. That's too bad.
You're not allowed to cross the line on anything. Respect, hitting people. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, and DeSantis, I see, are going at it.
Oh, it's getting.
We
it's
haven't
getting
talked
good.
about the immigration situation, right? So a lot of local businesses were closed yesterday in support of the immigrants because this legislation that's coming down as of July 1st is the most I mean, every time I say something, I think it's the most ridiculous thing that they actually passed in the state of Florida, and it gets more and more ridiculous. I do not understand, my opinion only, maybe not anyone else's, how we can totally be against diversity, want immigrants to leave, take away the rights of women, take away the rights of anyone who's not a white man. I mean, this is unbelievable.
There was a video on TikTok of a teacher. She was showing all the books that they recently came in and taken out of the libraries. And there's probably 3 or 4 boxes, and each box is like 5 by 5 feet and 5 feet deep, 4 feet deep. And these are stacked to the top of books. And all these books consist of, one was talking about the culture of India. One was talking about the culture of women in Nigeria. And then there was books called hate groups. There was books that was talking about Nazis. There was books talking about all these stuff. And these books that talk about Nazis and all that, they're not promoting Nazi viewership or Nazi thoughts of ways. They're promoting that there was these groups in the past, in history, and we don't want to relive history. But by taking these books out, you don't have to believe that it happened.
Promoting
They-
it.
they
So,
wanna
but, so
erase
by
the
denying
past.
history,
Yes.
by
And you're
hiding
guaranteed
it,
to repeat it.
I just don't understand how we're banning books in Florida, how we're taking out the diversity classes in Florida, so you can't even talk
don't
about
say
that.
gay. Isn't that the bill here in Florida?
I just don't understand how this can be allowed
And there's
even in
some
the state.
African culture classes that now are not permissible.
Correct.
You know, I don't get it. You don't even say the national anthem anymore in schools.
I
The
know.
Pledge of Allegiance, none of that is done either. Pretty soon, you know, it is a federal mandate that at ball games, at big stadiums and stuff, you have to do the Star Spangled Banner. It's by law, it's required in a public place. And you're supposed to have a flag. And even that's going by the wayside. All of it is going by the wayside because all of a sudden there's the right way and then there's the other way.
It's just amazing to me that it keeps coming out. So there are a lot of businesses that were closed yesterday in support of immigrants that are leaving our state. So imagine what the workforce is going to do. The migrant workers, they said the farms are not being properly taken care of because they're all leaving. They're leaving the state. So all the things, the oranges and the tomatoes and the crops and the sugar that are being farmed by the migrant workers are leaving the state, which means not only are these farms not being taken care of, the consumer is not getting products.
Well, that's nice to hear that you guys have a future as farmers.
No. They were
You
talking
graduate.
about. No, they were talking about. I think it was AP News or not Vice. AP News or Time. They did a recent article on farmers' mental health because the farmer workers, they're doing all these work, but they're not getting any more funding from the government. They're not getting any more help anymore at all.
It's a tricky situation. I know a guy up, I think it's in Portland, that does apples. And a couple of years ago, he wrote to me and says, do you have any interns from school that want to come up for the summer to pick apples? And
I remember
said,
you told me that.
And I said, why? He said, because I got nobody here, and I'm going to have to shut the farm down. That farm has been in his family for almost 100 years.
You know, the thing is, they're talking about how many immigrants are paying taxes. It's not as if people aren't doing what they need to do to live in our country. They're paying taxes, they're supporting the community, they're sending their kids to school, they're trying to have a better way, and we're sending them away?
I love the part where they caught a couple of governors that had illegal immigrants working in their house. And the teams went in and they found out, and these guys were voting to kick the immigrants out. Hey, listen, you know, New York City was built on immigrants.
Our whole
This
country.
whole nation
Well, I
is.
can only talk about New York because I
Well,
lived
think
there.
about where we came from. America wasn't founded by.
The American Indian? No, they put them out to pasture a long time ago. But all the immigrants that came over,
Our
the
founding
Italians,
fathers
the
came
Chinese,
from
all those
England.
people. Yeah, well, you know, the funny thing is that there's a certain culture in our society.
See, I think they're
has
discriminating against the
exploded.
Hispanic
Of course.
immigrant is what it
And
is.
tell me something that I don't know.
Or the Caribbean immigrant. There, you don't see them kicking people coming out from England or Russia. It's the immigrants that are.
Do you know how many Haitians go to South America now to migrate from South America? Because the law stipulates now if you want to be in this country, you have to have pleaded in another country
You know,
first.
then we wonder why our hate crimes are so on the rise. There's a city in Germany, I
Well-
was watching the show this morning, that is actually keeping the memory of, not keeping the memory of the Holocaust alive, but so you don't forget it, right? And people that have lost their lives, there's an artist and he's putting bricks in front of the homes. You saw the story? The homes and the businesses where families were taken and lost their lives. And his father was an SS in the Nazi government, in the army, and as an artist he's like, I can't relive the sins of my father, so he's commemorizing all the Jews that were killed and lost their lives in this town. And the mayor is like, come back, let's make this work, let's share what happened and come back together as family instead of people who keep leaving and don't go back.
I mean, I hope they keep up these camps up there like Auschwitz, just for people can go in and just believe what happened and see what happened.
Yeah,
Not
'cause-
see what happened, but just believe it.
Yeah, because people were saying it never happened. Wasn't that principal guy here in Florida?
There's a lot
said
of
it never
people.
happened?
Anti-Semitism is on the rise, but hate crimes in general. This whole immigration change is to me, is a form of a hate crime because you're discriminating against people who are different. Why are they not supposed to be here?
I gotta tell you, discrimination has been around forever.
And we
It's
think we're
just
going to
coming
solve
to
this?
it's coming to the light because the creation of the phone, where you can capture things while you do it.
I mean, that's what happened in the civil rights. Everyone had a TV in their house by the time of the 1960s came around. So they were filming the Salem March, the march in Alabama, I believe it was, and
The guy with the
cops
car.
coming over and beating all these people just for doing peaceful marches. So TVs being in everyone's houses, that everyone got to witness what's going across all the nation. Now that we have phones, we can witness what's going across the whole world.
See, the problem I have with the phone and the way people do things is that it can be changed in different aspects. So, Blue Bloods, I was watching the other day, and they were on the street, and this lady came running with a dog, and she said, "This guy's harassing me and bothering me, and he won't leave me alone, and I feel threatened." So the cop pulled the guy over, and he says, "License, let me get some ID. Who are you?" And they had a problem in New York where the computers got hacked. You know how they say you got to pay $10 million to get your info? So
Right.
they hacked it, so they could not run the guy's checkpoint on his card, on his license. So they let him go. The guy was a notorious killer. They found out because he took a picture of it on his phone, and afterwards they found out that he was a killer and he was capturing women. But while he was running this thing and it was down, people with phones surrounded with the two cops, and they're taking film and pictures, and they highlighted the two cops as being overly aggressive. So they had to let him go because they were feeling the threat around them as well. It's three sides to every story, right?
That's a TV show, though.
But is it?
Yeah, that's
Because-
it.
They make those.
Is it?
those
I got
real life
friends in New York
scenarios.
that are cops, and we talk about Blue Bloods, and apparently what they're doing is they're
love
talking
that
to other
show.
cops and getting the stories out, because the cops need a way to tell their side of the story.
Yeah.
And things aren't always as they appear. Sometimes you see peaceful rioters here, but it wasn't peaceful over here. And there's a tendency of overreacting because you're afraid for your life. I mean, think about it. You're a cop. You're not, what, 5'1"? And you got a gun. And you got big palookas all over you, marching, screaming, and spitting in your face. You don't think I feel a little threatened? I mean, how much you think that little pow-pow is going to do? You only got 6 shots, maybe 15 shots at the max, and you get overpowered. When I was in the Heights, a cop came running to me. I thought I was in trouble. That guy stole my gun, and she was bleeding. And she jumped in my car, and we went after him, and she was screaming on the phone, 1013, which means cop in trouble because she was bleeding. And the whole world came after me.
She jumped in your car?
Yeah, because we went after her. Well, I had my shield.
Oh, okay.
So she said, let's go. And I was going to one-way streets. I was going up sidewalks the whole night. And the cops came after me. You should have seen they surrounded me. She said, no, not him. Him. And they caught the guy.
Josh is like, what?
Because I went after the guy that stole her gun. I was an auxiliary. I went after the guy that stole her gun. She was bleeding, and my car was a mess. And that's how I became friends with the cops. And in the Heights, and then we caught the guy. But if I didn't, I was going up one-way streets. I was on the sidewalk to get around the traffic, but we caught the guy, and she was on her walkie-talkie, and she found him. That's what made me join this whole thing.
Your life is so unbelievable. The stories you have. I don't know why you haven't written a book.
You gotta live in the Heights. I used to wake up in the
Can you
morning.
imagine me living in the Heights?
This was me in the Heights in the morning, right? So I used to wear my shield because I used to get a parking. But anyway, that's a different story. And they used to be taking bodies out from the cliff. Because if you go to the Heights on Laurel Hill, is a mountain where the river was, and there were forts where Washington and them used to fight the British. So it's a giant cliff up and down the Heights. And they take bodies, they throw dead bodies down the hill. And every morning, cops used to come. Okay, we got another one.
Oh my God.
It was the cocaine capital of the world. You know how much coke went through the Heights? The Dominican Mafia?
I can't even imagine that life. I got to tell you, I've definitely lived as sheltered. I was telling Linda yesterday, when someone tells me something, I believe they're telling the truth. If someone's saying they're bettering themselves, I believe they're trying. If someone says, I am not doing that bad stuff anymore, I am going for a better life, I believe what they say to me. Call it naivete, call it whatever. I believe them. You don't always believe them. And I
barely believe them.
And I always think, how can you be so negative? Why can't you see that
But
this
it's not
person is
negative.
trying? And then
It happened.
it happens.
Then I sit and I go, okay, now what do you want to do?
And it happens, and I just, it really breaks my heart because I truly believe in the goodness of people, that they are trying, and they're trying to do their best to get their life back on track if they need to. And you don't believe that, but you and I see two different things, and then
I want
sometimes,
to believe it.
but you don't, and you seem to be right.
All you gotta
Which
do
is
is
kind
just
of
believe in
heartbreaking.
yourself. That's all. I keep going back to there's a John Lennon song called God, and he goes on this whole stanza saying, I don't believe in Jesus, I don't believe in Buddha, I don't believe in the Beatles, I don't believe in Elvis, all this stuff. The only thing I believe in is me.
And I would tell
But do people even believe in them? We
But
had
I-
this
but I-
conversation yesterday
but
for
I-
how many hours?
But I would tell John Lennon, God never said you have to believe in me, believe in yourself. Let's start there.
That's
'cause
what
if
he's
you can't believe in yourself,
That's what
you
he's
ain't gonna
saying.
ever believe.
That's what he's saying.
Then John Lennon is right.
Do you
gotta
believe in yourself?
Yeah,
See?
Well, that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. You guys believe. Do you believe in yourself?
Of course.
Yeah, I do. I got work, but I believe in myself. Yeah.
Let me ask you, are you the greatest at what you do? And you better answer it right, because I'll be throwing you out of the studio.
so I can go home early.
I am.
Yeah. If you're going to believe you're not, then what are you doing here?
I'm on the path.
No, you're not. You are. You're
Yeah.
just getting better.
Yeah.
And if you believe that in your heart of hearts, what's anybody to tell you you're not?
I was thinking about what you said yesterday, how you define success.
Well, that's a good
I
one.
think you can only define it at the end of your life. If you're happy with what you achieved.
That's interesting.
Well, that's ending to a. Okay.
When you look back at your life and you say, have I achieved everything I wanted to achieve?
Yeah, instead of like, did I actually follow my music path or my artistic path, or did I just give up and follow corporate America and just work at Walmart and work a 9 to 5 every day?
But you could do all of it. You just have to. You know what the most important element of life is? time. That's it. You got 24 hours a day, and you got to fill it. Now, do you have to sleep for 6? You have to sleep for 12? It's up to you. But time, you can do everything. You can play in a band. You can work at Walmart. You can do a movie. You can if you can. Simple. And if you don't think anything outside of the box of that because other people tell you corporate America, ain't no corporate America. There's corporate Josh. That's why I said play. Keep playing. I tell Braxton, sing. Keep singing. Don't stop because corporate America says you should.
How do you measure success?
Oh man. Yeah. So I measure success by how, like, you could say accomplishments too. Like accomplishments are definitely big, but I think how you look at yourself, how you feel about yourself, and like if you are happy with the goals that even maybe you failed at. Did you do the best you can?
Did you learn?
Yeah, did you learn? Yeah, those are kind of.
So is that what success means to you? Is a definition of being successful?
I think so. Yeah. And it's always growing too. Like I'm always learning more and more about what success is. And
Well, let me ask you an example.
yeah.
Anybody in here fly a drone? Anybody in here know how to fly a drone with a camera?
Yeah.
Anybody in here ever edit a film with a drone and a camera? You know how to fly a drone? But you know how to edit, okay. So in my life right now, you are a success because you do something that I wish I could. I mean, there's a definition, not the definition. So you don't have to add
Everyone's
up your
definition is going to be
It's
different.
gonna be different.
Casey, how do you measure success?
Yeah, I measure success in the fact that you give everything your all. You know, in life, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. You know, there's some things we can't help in life, but it's just how you react and how you keep moving forward. One of my favorite movies of all time is called Rocky Balboa. And Rocky talks about taking hits. Not physical hits, but hits in life in general. Meaning there's times where you're going to fail, times where you're not going to win the championship. But you got to keep getting back up and keep going at it, because when you truly give up, that's when you truly lose. So if you keep going, you keep being determined, getting your goals, then that's when you will succeed, because others have given up.
What
That's
about you,
true.
Dylan? Yeah.
Bars, by the way. I don't know, if I'm being true to myself, I'm being true to the people around me, I consider that successful.
So truth is your success.
Truth, yeah. Just being authentic. I think if you're happy, that's some success, right?
Okay, absolutely.
You could be at the top and still like feel like trash. I don't know if that's much success, you know.
If that's your definition of success,
That's
it is
true,
what it is.
yeah. If my definition's like I want to be depressed, then I would be.
Then
pretty
you're successful at being
right?
depressed.
Yeah.
How about you, Abraham?
My definition of success is just my family, pretty much. As long as my family is happy, and pretty much when I look at myself in the mirror, I know I'm successful. So I just keep going.
You know, the funny thing is that when I ask that question, I always get an answer externally, like family and things that happen on the outside. And I keep telling people, but I'm one on the inside. What makes you tick to success? Or do you feel that you can be successful and say, I'm the best? I'm the best at what I do. Nobody does what you do in here, or you in here. I tip my hat, and I've been doing it longer than both of you combined. And I tip my hat because they're learning what you know. That's success. That we got out of a room and did what we do is success. I don't care that they don't know me, that the public, so what? I don't care. That doesn't measure my success. But I know that when I come to work, I like being here. I'm happy here. I'd rather do this than go out there and be miserable. I don't want that success. So isn't success what you do every day? And you do it at the best. and you leave it on the table, and if you scrape it up and you want to do some more, and you want to edit till 3 o'clock in the morning, or you want to come back and edit till 9, that shows me success. Because you're willing to work. And when you're willing to work, man, that puts you above the mark. Trust me when I tell you this. Trust me, with all the meetings that we have and everybody that comes in here, they're looking up. And that's where you guys sit. So don't be surprised if I tell you in the middle of the day, like I tell Teddy. I tell Teddy, are you the best at what you do? And the answer is yes. And you don't hesitate. You don't hesitate, man. You don't say, If you do this, then your message to the rest of the people around you is he don't know what success means. Put on the suit and see how it fits. That's all I ask. If it ain't for you, tip my hat. You know, some people make you wait 4 years before they realize what success is. And look at you now. Look at you now. And don't give away your shine. Don't give away your shine. That belongs to you. You want to help others, that's good, but don't give your credit to somebody else. This bell rings because that person gave it to me. The bell rings because I ring it. Just ring your bell. It's why I ring a bell for the last 20 years, every day, and that bell has more glue on it.
Yep. Imagine if this bell could talk. The story, here's a new segment, the stories behind the bell. We actually have a segment for us before we wrap up today's show.
What is it?
Something about Freddie Fridays. I don't know.
You got
Puerto
it?
Rico Friday. This is coming in from Chelsea.
Let's see.
Let's see what it looks like. If it's there. Or maybe it's not.
Coming in.
Sound. Oh, no sound.
Yeah, I think it's just a quiet.
Phrases your mom would say. A phrase for going out.
Compliments for your mom.
In Spanish, what's one of the phrases your mom would say?
To me or me to her?
Your mom would say to you.
Pollo, ¿cómo está?
What's that mean?
Beautiful soul, how you doing today?
So I think the Frederico Fridays, you're supposed to be teaching us Spanish.
Ah! Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
What do you want today?
What do I want today?
What do you want to learn? What word?
Road
That's
rage.
that's up to you. So one was phrases that your mom would say.
Phrases that my mom would say. Tenga un buen día. You know what that means? You know what it means. Tenga un buen día. Have a great day.
Tengo buen día.
Tenga buen día.
Tengo?
Tú eres el mejor. You're the best.
Is there a better way of saying dulces sueños? Sueños?
Dulces sueños.
Yeah.
You're saying sweet dreams?
Yeah.
Buena noche.
Just buenas noches. Just
Pretty
Good
much.
night.
Buena noche.
And then the other one was compliments from your mom or to your mom?
Let's pull it up
It was compliments to your mom.
Querida. You hear me say that
I
all
hear
the
that
time.
all the time. What does that mean?
It's sweetness.
Ah, okay. And then there was a third one. Let's see. Frederico Fridays, all right. Phrases your mom would say.
Okay, we said that one.
Phrases for going out.
For going out with who?
And compliments for your mom.
Phrases for going out. Vámonos. Vamos en parranda. Parranda is music. I used it the other day. Let's go have at the stores. Let's do a parranda, which is what you guys call Christmas caroling.
Anyone speak multiple languages?
G-man.
I speak patois.
Do you? You speak 12?
Patois.
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 But you speak French, don't you?
No, sir.
You understand French.
No, sir.
Isn't patois part of French?
No, that's like an English dialect.
Creole's part of French.
Or this Creole?
All.
Because Linda speaks French and she speaks Creole.
Linda speaks Creole?
She did with Leslie for 6 years. That's why Linda had to do the board. I didn't understand what the hell they were saying.
All right, ready to wrap this up?
Ready.
All right. Wow, it's Friday. It's a quiet Friday. Everyone comes in
Patois.
a little slow on Fridays.
How do you say have a good day, Ing?
Bless up.
That's English.
Cool yourself. Ease yourself. Bless up.
That's
Bless
English
up.
with an accent.
All right. Have a great morning,
like a
everyone. More to
dialect.
come on our midday show. We've got Bitcoin Master coming in, and I don't know who else, but we'll see who
Some
shows
surprises.
up. We'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.